Good. I refuse to be treated like a common criminal any longer. Yeah. Do you understand me?
Yeah, copy.
Affirmative? Do you have any idea who I am? Any idea?
She's Dorian Lord. Whose plotting and scheming has finally come back to bite her in the Catucus.
David, this is a mistake. This is an awful, terrible mistake.
Is it? Or are the accusations true? Did you want to control your daughter's life so badly that you almost got her killed?
Yeah, I want to hire some big bands at UV for the fall. I'm thinking Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco, Atomic Kitten. I gotta go. I'll catch you later.
You're supposed to be resting, not doing business or getting your hair done.
Couldn't help it. I called a stylist in. I'm bored out of my mind. But the doctor said that I might be able to go home today.
Really? That's great.
Well, I have you to thank for it. I wouldn't be getting out of here so fast if you hadn't been beside me the whole time.
You wouldn't be in here at all if I had believed in you in the first place.
That's over. Forget about it, I have.
I can't, Rex. I can't do that.
Well, then don't call me back till he makes a move, all right?
That locker a substitute for Spencer Truman?
It's just Jeter. He's tracking Truman on the GPS, but the guy hasn't made a move yet.
Where is he?
In the hospital. I got a couple guys on him. I guess it was too much to hope for. They make a beeline straight for the murder weapon.
Well, one thing you can say for Truman, he's not stupid.
Maybe he wasn't as sentimental as I thought he was. Maybe he got rid of his father's gun a long time ago.
Yeah, but you don't think so?
No, it's a feeling, Bo, but I think Truman has got a hang up about family, you know what I mean?
Maybe that's why he went after my family. You know, maybe the Buchanans, they represent the family that he never had. That letter that he wrote to Margaret and Todd's son, you don't have to be a shrink to figure out that this guy has issues with family, with parents, with kids.
Maybe that's something we can use.
You tell me where Todd's son is, and I'll tell you where your son is.
Oh, I see what this is about, Paige. You know what? I don't have a son.
Yes, you do. 5 months after we got divorced, I gave birth to a child. Your child. I gave him up for adoption when he was born. But I found him again now as a grown man. So, what's it worth to you? What's it worth to find out who your son is?
Sure feels good to be out of that hospital. Yeah, well, you would have been home a heck of a lot earlier if you hadn't faked that amnesia. Yeah, Mom, I get it.
That's Mrs. DeForest with Jack.
It's nice seeing that you two aren't on each other's throats for a change.
We can work together where you and Jack are concerned.
Wrong, but you're doing okay for now. You guys aren't together, but at least she's not marrying Spencer.
What? Mom?
Yeah, Jack, that's right. That's the truth. I'm not marrying Dr. Spencer.
Why not? Because you're gonna marry Daddy?
is absurd, Paige. You know that if you'd been pregnant, I would have found out about it. There's no way you could have kept a secret like that from me all these years.
I could, and I didn't. You remember when I said I had information that you might want? Well, now you know it. I had already signed the divorce papers when I found out I was pregnant. I was alone. I was dealing with a lot of things besides the breakup of our marriage. I had serious doubts about myself. I had doubts about whether I could be any kind of a doctor. I didn't think I could raise a baby.
You know, if there is any truth to this, honey, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me you were pregnant?
Yeah, I had so many doubts about so many things, but there was one thing I was absolutely sure of. I wanted to raise my son as far away from you as possible. That's why I took that job on the West Coast, so you wouldn't know about the baby. I knew that if our son was in your life, you would turn him against me. And I could have lived with that. But I saw how cruel you are. I saw how you manipulated David and me, controlled us. There was no way that I was going to let my son grow up to be like his father.
No one here has plans to get married.
Why not? Why are you marrying Dr. Spencer?
Well, sometimes things happen in relationships that cause people to change the way they feel, and that's what happened with Dr. Spencer and me.
I love Dr. Spencer. I want him to be my daddy.
Hey, I am your daddy, you understand me?
Todd, I'll go talk to him. That's great. That's just really great. You're mad at me and Spencer and you take it out on Jack?
Are you really going to stand there and accuse me of being a bad parent? You're the one who brought that psycho son of a bitch into their lives!
Your voice down.
You must have put on one hell of a show for him, you know that?
Jack will come around. Just give him some time.
Oh, give him some time. Give him some time. Give him some time. That's what I heard when I got out of prison. Give him some time. How much more time should I give him, Blair?
You think this is helping? You're not helping at all.
Turned him against me.
Oh, please.
And then you let Spencer waltz in here and take my place in his life. And that son of a bitch is the reason I've got people scouring the earth looking for a baby I've never met. And now you want me to accept the fact that he's stolen my son? Well?
He's in his room. I'm sorry, Dad, but he says that he never wants to see you again.
You've reached Dr. Spencer Truman. Please leave a message at the tone.
Dr. Spencer, it's me, Jack. I need you to come over here right now.
Jess, I don't understand. We told you that we wanted to adopt Tommy. You said that it was okay. We even brought him home with us, so I don't understand what's changed.
The other couple I told you about, the couple who had planned to adopt Tommy, they intend to pursue it. They're even threatening to sue over custody.
But Janice, we're his foster parents. We've been caring for him. It's got to count for something.
Yeah, Janice, this other couple, they've never even spent one night with Tommy.
I realize that, but they've completed the application process, the family profile, and a pre-placement visit. And the matching process has indicated that they would be a suitable parents for Tommy.
Janice, Tommy deserves better than just suitable parents.
Now, what are you saying here? Are you saying that we have to give Tommy up?
Not necessarily.
Dorian, I asked you this before, when Rex first accused you.
And I gave you an answer.
I want the truth now.
The truth? And since when have you given a damn about that?
Since you came to me when I was where you are now and you told me to be a man. You told me that I ought to stop running, come clean, and that I might find some peace. And you know what? I did. Mm-hmm. So I stepped up, And I admitted that I shot John McBain's father. And you know what? This is a bad analogy because I was innocent and you're playing guilty.
Hey, don't you dare lecture me! You, of all people! Because this is entirely your fault.
Really?
Oh,
How
yes.
do you figure that?
Oh, if you had married me, if you had not allowed Spencer
that
to
again.
steamroller you, none of
We
this
have
would have
been
happened.
through this over and
It bears
over.
revisiting, and I don't need a lecture. I need a friend.
What happened to your cowboy boyfriend?
When Clinton found out I'd been arrested and why, he broke things off with me.
Excuse me. Yes. Well, that didn't take long, did it?
If you came here as a friend, fine. If not, kindly leave me to my private hell alone.
Guard.
David? David, that was just an expression.
We need to talk about what happened, Rex. We can't just brush it aside.
You mean Bruce, the kidnapping?
No, I mean, what happened between us. After I saw you talking to that homeless guy, and I found those emails on your computer, I mean, why was I so ready to believe the worst in you?
First of all, you were so totally rattled by the stalker. You didn't know which way was up. And it wasn't so hard to believe that I was behind it, because there was a time where I could have been.
No, it's not true.
But sure it is. Like, your mom's smart. She did her research. She did a background check on me, remember? I planted a gun in her office and framed her for murder. She knew you remember that.
I played right into her hands.
Yeah, but I don't blame you. She's a master player.
I wish that was all there was to it.
What do you mean?
The truth is, Rex, when I ran out on you, I was looking for a reason to run.
I mean, this son of a bitch has got such a huge ego. I know he'd be thrilled to find out he's got someone in his own image out there.
Someone like Hughes?
If Truman had a son, he'd want to have a relationship with him.
Yeah, but Hughes doesn't want a relationship with him.
No. But he wants to prosecute him just as bad.
Well, if Hughes wants to help out, I don't really have a problem with that, as long as he doesn't prosecute this case.
That's a given.
John, I know that you want to put Truman away for killing your father. I want to put him away for setting me up. But I realize that I may have to settle for putting him away for one of the other crimes that he did. And I think that you may have to settle for the same thing. You know? Okay. I gotta go. Okay. You gonna be all right?
Yeah. Did you hear it's McBain?
Where's he now?
All right, look, stay on him. If he doesn't make a move soon, I might have to turn up the heat.
This is so ludicrous, Paige, of you. I can't even believe it. You expect me to believe that you kept this a secret from me all these years, and now you just have some sort of sudden compulsion to unburden yourself.
Oh, I wish I never, ever had to tell you this. Ever. It's just the only leverage I have. Finally, I get a chance to use the truth to do some good, to undo some of the damage that I did when I was controlled and manipulated by you.
Who put you up to it, Paige? John, Bo, Todd, man?
Nobody
yourself?
put me up to it,
Because you're not
Spencer.
smart enough to come up with a blackmail scheme like this.
It's not blackmail. It's a simple deal. I give you something, you give me something.
You've given me a fabricated story without a shred of proof to back anything up, Paige. That's what you've given me.
You're not so sure about that, are you? I can see it in your eyes.
Don't blame me, Paige.
Okay, fine. I tried.
All right. Oh, listen, you sparked my interest. What can I say? So, tell me about this son of mine.
Wait a second. What you're saying here is that there still may be some way that Marcy and I could adopt Tommy.
You tell us what to do, Janice. We will do whatever it takes.
The judge in the case wants to speak with all the parties concerned. She's already taken a statement from the other couple, and she'll be here soon to speak with both of you.
So do you think that Marcy and I stand a chance? Honestly.
I can tell you this much. The other couple, they've been married for several years, and they've been planning to have a family for quite some time. They're both professionals, and they live in a nice house where Tommy would have his own room and a backyard to play in.
Good afternoon. You must be the McBains.
Hi.
Yeah, hi. I'm Dr. Michael McBain.
And I'm Marcy.
Pleasure to meet you both. Miss Dixon, I have a couple of questions to ask you before we get started.
I'm gonna go make myself a snack. I haven't had a decent one in days.
Yeah, at least Star knows who her daddy is.
I never, ever tried to turn either one of your children against you, Todd. Jackie, he's just a little boy. He's confused. When you were arrested, he just knew that bad people went to prison.
Yeah, now he thinks I'm one of them, thanks to you.
Well, he's afraid of you. He can't help it.
Well, his hero, Dr. Truman's going to be the one behind bars soon enough.
And don't you think that's going to affect Jack? He's going to be devastated. So would you just let me handle it, okay? And do what's best for Jack. Please.
Dr. Spencer's not here?
No, sweetie. Why would he be?
I don't know.
Blair, give us a couple minutes alone, will you?
No, Mommy, don't go.
Look, sweetie, it's okay, all right? Daddy just wants to talk to you a little while, and I'll be right out here if you need me, okay?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm not saying anything else about our son until you tell me where Todd and Margaret's baby
Wait a minute. I'm sorry, Paige, but I'm still not entirely convinced that we even have a child, and I'm not going to continue this conversation any further until you give me some kind of concrete proof.
Dead or alive?
Quid pro quo, Paige. You tell me yours. I'll tell you mine.
All right. Okay, how about this? Your son is living right here in Lambview.
Hey.
Hey.
Any news on Truman?
Hasn't made a move yet. Got a couple guys from the task force on him, but he's business as usual since he got there.
I spoke to my parents, and they faxed over the original adoption paper.
Yeah?
What Paige said was true. She and Spencer are my biological parents.
I'm sorry, man. I don't know what else to say.
I can't help but wonder if things would be different if I'd known him. You know, if I'd had a relationship with my father, maybe if I'd helped him, maybe Spencer would have lived his life differently. Maybe he wouldn't have done the things he did.
What are you talking about, man? What is that?
He's my father. He's also a sociopath, and I have to live with that. I want to see him pay for his crimes. Relax, John. I'm not going to blow this case.
What if we wanted you to?
I'm ready for you now. Miss Dixon, would you please hold the baby while I talk with the McBains? There you go, big guy.
Let's do it here, thank you.
Now, Tell me why the two of you would make the best possible parents for this infant child.
Look, if we can get Spencer to give us the missing pieces to this case, we can nail this bastard once and for all. Man, I'm going to need your help sooner than I expected.
Tell me what to do, John.
You need to think about this one, man. Because once you commit, there's no turning back. You need to get Truman to trust you without having him manipulate you. You think you can do that? And still keep your emotions in check?
You bet. Truman used me once when I went after Todd Manning for murder one. And like I said before, I see the right man pay for that crime. Even if the man is my father.
Good. Let's get to work. That Truman, he would head straight for that murder weapon, but we really haven't given him any incentive. Now it's time to push him along.
Our son lives in Landview.
I'm not saying another word until you tell me about Todd's baby.
It's just, the thing is, it just seems so terribly convenient, doesn't it, Paige? You tell me that I have a son that I didn't even know I had, and he's living right here, right in this town.
It's a coincidence.
Quite a coincidence. In fact, so much of a coincidence, I'm not buying it. I think we're finished here.
Okay, great. That's fine. It's just as well, because I never wanted him to know you anyway.
Boy, you really are committed to this little charade, aren't you?
It's the truth.
Do you really expect me to believe all this, Paige? That you kept this a secret from me after all these years? See, the thing is, you're not capable of blackmail, or as you would put it, making a deal. I know you too well.
Really? Like you knew Blair?
So, Jack, we're going to be spending a lot more time together from now on. And, we can do all kinds of things. We can do whatever you want.
Will you take me sailing?
Yeah, I've never done it before, but I'll give it a shot, sure.
Dr. Spencer's got a boat. He said that you'd show me how to sail it.
Yeah, well, I'm sure there are some things that I can do that Dr. Truman can't.
Like what?
Well, lots. Will you give me a chance to show you?
I guess so.
That's good enough for me. Shake on it.
Wait, you're telling me everything except why you wanted to get away from me.
It wasn't a conscious thing. And it wasn't that I didn't want to be with you, because I do. More than anything.
I don't follow.
When we were at that beach house alone, I fell more and more in love with you every day. And that scared me.
Why?
Because I started to wonder how I would survive if something went wrong between us. So, the first sign of trouble, I decided it would be easier to end things there than to wait till later, when I loved you even more.
What made you think something was going to go wrong?
Because it always does, doesn't it? I mean, at least for just about everybody I know.
Yeah, but we're not everybody else.
I know. I mean, I know that now. I'm so sorry, Rex. I finally got it when I was being held hostage. But all I could think about was how much I loved you. And that got me through it. I needed to tell you how sorry I was. Just wanted to reach you somehow.
You did. You got in my head and led me right to you. And now that we're back together, I promise nothing is going to come between us again. So you don't have to run away.
I won't. Not ever.
You look very women behind bars.
David. Did you come back here just to gloat?
I came back here to tell you that I spoke to your lawyer, who can read, incidentally, which is more than I can say for that teenage ambulance chaser you hired for me.
Mr. Peterson was a perfectly good lawyer.
Oh, come on. The ink was barely dry on his law school diploma. Anyway, I got good news. Your lawyer seems to think the fact that you haven't been charged is a good sign. He thinks Bo's just keeping you here as long as he can to scare you.
Duh. Of course that's true. I mean, Bo doesn't have a scrap of evidence that I committed some crime. All I got is the word of some demented, drug-addled kidnapper who happens to be dead now.
Still, I'm surprised that you haven't called an attorney yourself.
I haven't called an attorney because I haven't done anything wrong.
I believe you believe that.
I was trying to protect my daughter, though admittedly, things got out of control.
Got out of control? Do you realize that Adriana could have been killed by that maniac? I tell you, I am doing my best to understand, to believe that you... It's not easy. Think of that girl as my own. I don't know if you're aware of this, but I was almost her stepfather.
David, she's very fond of you. Very fond of you. If you were to go to her on my behalf, you could explain to her that this has all been a terrible mistake. You could tell her how much I love her. You could. And it's absolutely killing me to think that she may be shutting me out of her life forever.
I could do that. In theory. Let's say I did. Let's say it worked. Let's say Adriana forgave you. She's still going to be in love with Rex. You're ever going to be able to accept that?
I'll never doubt you again, Rex.
And I'll never give you a reason to. Oh, hey.
Just thought I'd stop by, see how you're making out.
Better.
Rex might be going home today. In fact, I'm going to go find your doctor.
What'd I do now?
Getting shot's not a joke, Balsam.
Yeah, I get that now.
And I don't like it that you took matters into your own hands.
I won't do it again. I give you my word.
No, come on, don't make promises you can't keep. Just keep in mind what I just said to you the next time I want to use your PI services.
Next time? You working on something you want me to help you with?
It's possible. We still can't find what Truman did with Margaret and Todd's baby. We know they didn't use any legal channels.
Want me to ask around?
No, what I want you to do right now is get better, and then we'll see what the status of this case is.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but we weren't exactly prepared for today's.
Just take your time.
Michael and I, we really love Tommy. And he seems really happy with us. Michael's a doctor. He's a wonderful father. He even changes Tommy's diapers all the time.
I'm glad to hear that, Mrs. McVeigh, but I need to know what kind of parents you think you'd be.
Okay. Well, Michael and I, we would spend as much time as possible with Tommy. You know, we would never pass him off on a nanny. We bathe him and we feed him all the time. We put him to bed and we wake up with him in the middle of the night when he cries. We play with him. We play with him all the time. He especially loves to dance to The Little Mermaid. You should see how his face. Oh, it just lights up when he hears Under the Sea. I swear, if he could walk, he'd dance. I guess what I'm trying to say is that he likes music.
What specifically can you offer this child in a home environment?
We don't have a big house. And we don't have a backyard, and we don't have a swing set, but we will. We will have those things soon. But the thing is that Tommy doesn't need a room full of toys right now. What Tommy needs is a room full of love, and I swear to you, he has that with us.
According to my records, you've been married only a few months. Do you think you're really ready to take on the kind of lifestyle that raising a child requires?
It's true. We're newlyweds, but Michael and I, we have always wanted a family, and I admit that we're starting it a little sooner than we had planned, but, you know, I believe that things happen for a reason, and I think that we found Tommy. No, actually, I think that Tommy found us, because we're meant to be a family. And if he's taken away from us, there just won't be 2 hearts broken. I swear there'll be 3. I'm sorry, can I just go to him for a second?
Of course.
Come here. Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Mama's gonna buy you a mockingbird. If the mockingbird don't sing, Mama's gonna buy you a diamond ring. I'm sorry, should I go on?
No, that won't be necessary. I think I have everything I need.
You're just doing what I say.
I'll review the case and make my decision by tomorrow.
Okay.
And the child can remain in the care of the foster parents.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You grabbing my hair?
I'll let you know when the judge makes her decision.
Thanks, Janice.
Oh, sweetie. You were unbelievable. You were brilliant. Honey.
Yeah.
Nobody could have done better. Nobody.
Oh, I hope so. I really hope so.
David, I love Adriana. She means the world to me. I will do whatever it takes to win her back. Whatever. You certainly don't think I'm going to just lie back and lose everybody in the world I really love and care about.
You haven't lost everybody.
You just do whatever it takes to get back on your feet, and then we'll talk about the other things, okay?
Thanks for coming by.
Sure, you take care of yourself also. Adriana.
Bye, Bo. Bad news.
What now?
Doctor said you're not ready to go home yet. In fact, he practically laughed in my face when I asked him, and then gave me a big lecture about collapsed lungs. He said my mother saved your life.
She did. You did. Guess she doesn't want me to be with you, but at least she doesn't want me dead.
So, she gets a medal for not killing you?
I really want to go home now.
Wish I had a home to go to.
Yeah, I guess you're not too big on staying with Dorian anymore, huh?
I'm moving out the first chance I get. I don't know where I'm going to stay, but...
Well, that's an easy one. You'll stay with me?
Hi.
Hi.
What are you doing here? Are you visiting Rex?
Yeah. What are you doing here?
Well, I was just filling out some paperwork for my new job, junior researcher.
Well, congratulations.
Actually, I'm pretty excited about it. At least I'll be back in the medical profession again. So, what are you doing? Are you going home? Or?
Well, I'm going back to the office. You want to ride home?
Sure, but I need to talk to you about something first. It's about Spencer.
What about him?
Well, I had a conversation with him. I told him that he has a son.
I thought you said you never wanted him to know.
I thought I could make a deal with him. You know, I could tell him who his son was if he could tell us about Todd's son.
What'd he say?
He didn't take the bait, but I think I shook him up.
Well, I don't like you taking on Spencer by yourself, but it took guts, It's like telling you that you're his mother. It took guts.
I'm glad that Hugh was raised by good people and he's had a good life. I protected him, and I don't have any regrets about that. But now that this truth is out, I can't protect him any longer. I mean, if Spencer believed a word of what I said, he could go do some research and he could find the same information that I had. It's only a matter of time before he finds out that Hugh's his son.
All right, thanks. Stay on it. Spencer's on the move. You ready?
Let's do it.
Let's go introduce you to your father.
Jack, how about a hug?
He'll love you again, I'm sure of it.
Let me tell you, if he doesn't, I will never forgive you.
What else is new?
On the next, One Life to Live. Is your hand really better? Or are you just saying it is?
He lays a hand on Blair, he's dead.
You have gone too far.
He's proposing to Jessica tonight.
Jessica, will you marry